What is up, guys? This is Colby Dissinger, and I am here to show you how I created the Believers dance video for my PE class using iMovie. Now, there are many different video editing programs out there. A lot of them have a cost to them. One that I use for the iPad that is free is called Splice. It's really, if you're trying to make really quick little videos, I highly suggest using Splice. iMovie is also on the iPad, but I find it more easier for me to edit when it's on a MacBook. So I am currently on my MacBook, and also iMovie is free. It's already on your MacBook, so that's one of the great reasons to use it. If you're wanting something with maybe more editing features or more advanced, there are other ones out there, but again, this is a free one, and it did the job, and it did a great job in my opinion. So if you were to start a new video, you would come over to Projects, and you can create a new one right here. I'm going to go ahead and open up the one for the Believers because that's the one someone requested to see. So here's what it looks like on the inside. The first thing you would want to do is, obviously, once you have purchased the song that you want to do the dance video to, which for ours was Imagine Dragons' Believer. I downloaded that on iTunes. I paid for it because you don't want any copyright issues. But then once I have it now in my audio file on my computer, and I was able to go to iTunes, and you can see where I have Believer on there. All you're going to do is click and drag. This is how you get a lot of your videos and so forth on here, just clicking and dragging. I'm not going to put this in because I already have it in, but that's how you would add it. And boom, there it is right here at the bottom of the screen. We know it's an audio file because it has it's green background. And what you see here are the wavelengths of, obviously, the singers and so forth. Here you can adjust the volume of the song. I can show you that in just a second. So if I click right here, you can hear the song, and you can adjust the volume right here and play over it. So that is how you would get the audio file into your iMovie. So now you're wanting to add clips. So what I ended up doing is I created a little cheat sheet for myself. I had 11 classes that I needed to include into this 3-minute and 20-second video. So what I did is I listened to the song, and I broke it down into anywhere from 8 to 24-second little sections. A lot of it was transitioning with the beat of the song and so forth. And then I assigned classes. I basically assigned them one class per 11 sections. And then there was me at the beginning, you can see here. And at the very end of the song, there's me too. So I was actually section 1 and section, what was it, like 13 or something like that. But anyways, so in between there, if I were to, here's a 3rd grade class, what I did is I recorded them doing the whole dance because I wanted them to practice the entire dance. I didn't want them just doing a little snippet of it. So I did the entire dance, and then I found that song that matched up with the audio part of the song, and I cropped it down. So let's say this was supposed to be 20 seconds of a song right here. What I did is I cropped it down to about 23 seconds, give myself a little bit of wiggle room, and I'll show you why you want to do that. And then what I did is I edited that down, and all I did was airdrop it from my iPad. Simply airdrop it over here, and when you airdrop it, then it saves into your downloads, and you can see that here are my downloads on my computer, and here's all the little videos that from all the different classes. Now, what I did is I saved it in a way that I knew exactly where the markings of this, who the class was, and where I wanted that file. So, for example, this is a 4. D is representing the class teacher's name, and it was at this part of the videos from the 231 mark to the 242 mark, and that helped me really organize myself. And then all you're going to do is double-click on it, and once you double-click on it, it'll pop up in this section. And then what you want is to take a clip. You just click, and you just drag it into here. Drop it in. Simple as that. So, how would you do text in the beginning? If you see the beginning of my video, I have some text here. All you're going to do here is click on Titles and select the one you want. And you would, again, you just drag it over here, and then you can click on it, and you can edit it how you want it to appear by just typing in. You can change the fonts and so forth. I personally wanted a fun little beginning filter onto my thing. I wanted it to look like I was wearing my grandfather's old hat from Scotland, and I wanted this old silent film look to start the video and end the video, and then it would just translate it to modern time, as you can see right there. So what's cool about this, it does have some fun little background filters. So you can see that right here. I clicked on, this is the filter button, and you have a lot of different options that you can pick here. But excuse me, got a filter. That's Western. And here's another one. It's called Dreamy. Anyways, I wanted to use the silent arrow one, so I clicked on that, and there you go. You have a nice little filter, and it gives that cool effect. If you're not wanting any sound from that video, because when these students are dancing, you can see that there's actually no audio file to it. If I wanted to raise it up, you can see the audio files coming in at 400%. I didn't want any of them because, honestly, during part of their dance, I'm back here, like behind the camera, and they are watching a video, and there's a Bluetooth box with the song going over there. So if you were to listen to this file without the sound, you could hear like a faint version of Imagine Dragons in the background that they're dancing to because they're watching a video clip. They're looking at it right now, and they're trying to mirror the dance moves. I'm also maybe, as the instructor, saying some commands like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and I'm barking out these commands to these kids, and I don't want you guys to hear that to make the video cooler. So all you're going to do is take the sounds and knock them all the way out. So if I were to increase the sounds, you would hear all the sounds going on there. I didn't want them, so I knocked them out. All I want you hearing is the audio file, so now you can't hear them at all, and all you hear is the music. And it's a nice, clean sound. All right, one last thing I really wanted to talk about is transitional in between clips. There are different ways to transition a clip right here, and what I wanted a quick transition. There's fades in and out, and that's the one issue with iMovie. It doesn't give you the coolest, it doesn't have a ton of great transitional way, to transition from clip to clip. And here are some right here. I didn't want anything like that. I didn't want like a flip. I didn't want a fade or spin or whatever like that. I wanted a quick transition like that. So what I'm trying to do to pair up with the song, this is the most time-consuming thing, is trying to overlap a section. So what you're going to do here is you could just, if you had it down right, you could just drag it in and have a good transition. But if you're wanting to get a little bit more precise transition, all I'm doing here is I'm clicking on in between the two clips, and then you click this little button. You can see that this file was actually a little bit longer than I wanted. You can see that I actually that was the end. I knew that I was going to transition there, so I kind of just stopped dancing. But I wanted to give myself a little wiggle room, so you're going to do here is you can easily just, you can just slide over just a little bit exactly where you exactly want it here. Same thing down here. You can see how you can grab and move it like so forth, and there's a nice little overlay. That's why I told you in the beginning to give yourself some wiggle room just to make it a little bit easier to transition in between clips. So anyways, this is just a brief tutorial on how I did my dance video. Seems tedious, but it really wasn't. It just took me a couple PE classes and then knowing how to organize clips. But you can see that the editing process itself is really simplistic. So this is iMovie. This is how I created my dance video. I hope you guys enjoyed it.